Fear. Garbage, am I right? It seems that everywhere you turn, there's something to be afraid of. When I was little, I was afraid of heights. I still get nervous now, but it's not like I'm immobilized like when I was little. When I think of the fear of heights, I think of one story in particular. Now, this one isn't about me. It's actually about a friend of mine. We'll call her Kara. So when I was in 8th grade, my class went on a trip. Since 8th grade was the last grade my school offered, this was like our senior trip. Growing up around Atlanta, Georgia, it's basically a requirement to have visited Stone Mountain. On this trip that we took to Stone Mountain, we did a variety of fun stuff, one of which was hiking up the mountain. I was hiking with Kara, as friends do. Now, there's something you need to know about Stone Mountain. It's big. Really big. And really high. And really steep. So at a certain point, it gets so steep that you have to hold onto a railing in order to, not fall. When you get to the top, you can literally see Atlanta. It's that high. This was Kara's first time hiking the mountain, so she'd never seen in person how high it was. I, on the other hand, was a seasoned pro, and had been up and down the mountain like several times every year for my whole life, so I was fine. Me being the overly talkative and supportive one, Kara silently wishing to choke me. Best buds. So, not much past the railing part, there's a pretty steep incline where you're completely exposed to basically all of Georgia. We were almost to the top when we took a little rest. I could see that Kara was a bit spooked. Normally, I would be too. But my strong one instinct was taking over. That's where I subconsciously deny my own feelings in order to be encouraging. I don't think it works. So there we were, breathing hard on the side of a mountain. I did my best at an encouraging speech. In my family, we have 2 sayings. One is, you believe it, you receive it. That means that if you believe that you can't go on anymore, you can't go on anymore. If you believe you're sick, you are sick. If you believe you're afraid of heights, you are afraid of heights. You don't have to be afraid. Fear can have no power over you unless you let it. You've got to believe that you can do this, and you will do this. Believe it, receive it. Believe it, you receive it! My point exactly. Then we joined hands and marched up that hill, taking it one step at a time, and we made it to the top. So that's the message I want you to get. We don't have to be afraid. You don't have to let that fear into your life and into your mind. You don't have to receive it. Why? Because God didn't give us a spirit of fear. He didn't. You may be saying, but Joy, didn't God cause all of this? All this sickness? All this hurt? No, He did not. God does not cause all things. He causes all things to work into something good in the lives of those who love Him. I said earlier that we have 2 sayings in my family. I said one already. The other is, what you speak is your future. If you speak good things on your future, good things will happen. Now, this isn't some weird, creepy thing. In the Bible, there's a book called Proverbs. In this book, it's basically just a bunch of wise sayings. So, in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21, it says, life and death are in the power of the tongue. Your mouth, your words, have the power to do so much. They can do good or they can do bad. If you keep saying, I want to die young, or I'm gonna die, or I'm gonna catch corona, you will, because you spoke it on yourself. You gave Satan permission to kill you, and that's what he wanted all along. My friends, don't you see that if you live in fear, everything will be terrifying. You've let Satan into your life. He has you where he wants you, living in fear under his control. But don't lose hope. God is good. You aren't strong enough, but God is. We can't stop this. I can't stop this. But God can. We just have to trust Him. Because if God is for us, then who? Then what? What sickness? What death? What person? What worry? What boss? What government? What enemies? What friends? What popular kid? And what ex can be against us? Can be against you?